Hello everyone, this is your Dungeon Master, Joe Coppola, and welcome to Glendale. I once again have some announcements before we get into episode 3. Big one is just that this week's episode is a little shorter than normal. We had some scheduling issues, so we had a shorter session, but it was still very fun. We're still very excited to share it. It was also a very role-play heavy episode, so there's a lot of crosstalk as we're figuring out our audio stuff. But next episode, we've got our mics all ready to go, so we'll have much cleaner audio. It'll be easier for me to edit and all that. So thank you again for bearing with us as we've worked out all the kinks. Your patience shall be rewarded. You guys can find us on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. We're on Twitter at Glendale Pod. That's GLENDALEPOD. Or on YouTube at Welcome to Glendale, Welcome number 2 Glendale. So please rate, review, subscribe, all that good stuff. So now that all that's out of the way, let's get started with episode 3 of Welcome to Glendale.
I smell like death, and I have a sword.
Are they cute at all, or are they all gross?
Roll an insight check to see if Carl is secretly in love with you.
Is someone giving you a hard time? Just let me know. Give me a
God
name.
hung up on us a long time ago.
And then I will cry.
I think Kyle's one to see badass.
Points at skateboard. Badass.
Disgusting.
Yeah, I do. I feel threatened.
I will deal with this later.
Choke on a toad dick.
I say, hey you, stop.
You up eggplant emoji?
I'm not good at conversation. I'll just sit here quietly.
So without any further ado, everybody, welcome to Glendale. So now...
The happiest place on
That's what I was thinking. So now, for the first time, we're going to go around and we're going to introduce our player characters. Oh, it's exciting. There are people behind the characters. So first up, we have Astri.
I'm Astri. I play Snowden. They're a human monk, formerly cultist, trying to be former cultist, trying to make a go of normal high school and struggling.
Aren't we all? After that, we've got Cass.
I'm Cass. I'm playing Charity Jenkins, a human paladin who is a linebacker, middle child, mad at the world, and just trying to make some friends.
Aw. Next up, our newest player has only played D&D 3 or 4 times. Maddy.
Hi, I'm Maddy. I play Beth Girard, a human warlock, a well-known rich bitch among town who likes Mediterranean food, thinks she can speak fluent Italian, and loves her horse biscuit.
I identify really hard with Beth. It's kind of a problem. Next up, we've got Peter.
Hi, I'm Peter. I play Morgan Scott, who's a very inhuman wizard. I'm an only child with 2 dads, and I just want to be done with high school.
Understood. And last but certainly not least, rounding us out is Seth.
Hi everyone, my name's Seth. I play the human rogue Kyle Silverman, a general ne'er-do-well who prefers cutting class and smoking in the boys' room. He's mostly just trying to make it to lunch on a given day. That's about it.
I also identify strongly with Kyle.
As do I.
A human hybrid.
If Beth and Kyle had a baby, it would be Joe.
You're not wrong. I feel it's appropriate.
I will take it. And I am Joe Coppola. I am your Dungeon Master here for Glendale. So let's get into it, everybody. Last time on Welcome to Glendale, our ragtag group of teenage heroes had converged in the park, where a group of different fairy and goblin-like creatures were running towards the lake, carrying 2 burlap sacks that Charity rightly guessed contained her brothers. You all jumped into combat with these creatures, who all seemed to be made of different kinds of sugar and spices, starting with Morgan, who unleashed a caustic allergy attack, and then accidentally engaged in one-on-one combat with a red pepper goblin. Charity and Beth managed to retrieve the boys, while the rest of the party kept your enemies busy, including Carl and Stephanie, who demonstrated some skills of their own. One goblin was firing arrows from hiding, but Beth managed to track him down, took him out with a poison spray, while Charity, Snowden, and Stephanie whittled down the rest of the kidnappers before Carl finished them off with a fiery, smoky bong rip. And Kyle was also there. He tried his best.
Kyle got shot in the shoulder.
This wasn't Kyle's best day.
A few of the kidnappers managed to escape, but you guys did successfully rescue Charity's brothers.
Yeah, what would happen if we all died? Where would my brothers?
Well, I guess if we all died, then it wouldn't matter because then we wouldn't care about your brothers anymore.
Oh no, I definitely would have played Bobby. 100%.
They just go wherever they were being taken in the stocks.
You woke up Charity's brothers, and Bobby let you guys know that as far as he was aware, Charity herself had picked them up. So he was very confused. Morgan found some leftovers from the battle that he cast Identify on and discovered that you guys had a USB key of lesser spell storing and a pair of high tops of spider climb.
I had forgotten about that.
Well, Kyle has the shoes now.
Yeah.
And the high tops.
Yes, Kyle.
The real question is,
Yeah.
do I give the ring to our resident low spell slot Warlock? Do I
Yes.
keep it?
Give it to the
Would
Warlock.
Morgan give it?
Oh, what Morgan does with it is charges it and uses it.
I will also say, I always think it's cool when a non-caster gets the ring of spell storing.
Does that
There.
work?
Yeah, they just use your spell mods and everything.
Funky.
But
They still need a caster to put stuff in it once the
Yeah.
stuff has been used. though.
yeah, you need to put the spell in it, but then a
Someone else to
non-caster can.
recharge it?
Yeah, you gotta drop your own spell slots into it.
But like, for example, if you guys gave it to Kyle, then Beth and Morgan could put spells in it for Kyle to use, and Charity, and
Would that
anyone else who had a
subtract
spell
from our use of spells?
for that
We
day.
just have to
Yes,
burn the slot.
but then he would still have
I
it
don't
in
wanna
the
use
ring.
Kyle.
He would have it in the ring tomorrow when you get your spells back.
Like, you could do it right before you go to bed, and then you wake up and everything's back to normal.
Yeah, what do I get out of it?
You guys can do whatever you want with the ring.
Okay. Controversial opinion, actually. Give it to the monk.
I would ask
Just okay.
oh my god, can I give a smite to the monk?
Interesting. Now you're.
Ooh.
It's a spell slot. It takes a spell
Okay.
slot to cast.
Here's what I'll say. Your divine smites are not spells, so you can't put them in there. However, you do have like brandishing smite, stunning smite. You have like those other ones that are spells.
I can't do it yet, but it'll
Okay.
do.
Well, all I can do is unarmed strike people, so it would be nice to be able to smite them by borrowing other people's power. I'm not sure who the cultist wants to smite, but it could be fun.
I trust the cultist with smite.
Do you trust me with smite? Or
I mean, I'm trying to be an ex-cultist, if that helps.
That's fair. Okay, Charity, you know, is just trying to be the most, like, lawful or neutral good. So, like, I feel like the smite... Okay, but the exterior, like, if we were all in this battlefield, I'd be like, yes, I would probably give it to Charity.
Well, I don't know. I'll drop a first level magic missile into this thing, because where are we now? We're in the we're in Uncle John's, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was.
Yeah.
I've got like the last bit of the recap leading us into.
Oh no.
We haven't made it to actually getting close yet. We're still recapping.
Oh, I forgot about that.
So yes, you guys got your magic items that you will figure out how to distribute, maybe tonight while you're at dinner. So Carl bought some magic slime from Bobby after Bobby rolled a nat 20 to sneak away from his older sister.
Pissed about it.
So Carl bought some slime, and you guys all headed to Uncle John's Diner for ice cream, except for Georgia, because Georgia is a simple mortal and she ran away during the fight.
She left without me.
Coward.
Truly.
So you guys are all sitting, you're all in one booth with Carl and Stephanie, so it's probably a little cramped. Charity has put her brothers in the booth behind you guys, and the waitress is there waiting for your order. She's a blonde woman with her hair pulled back. She's wearing the green apron with the Uncle John's logo, and she says to all of you guys, "Hey, welcome to Uncle John's. Can I get you guys started with anything to drink?"
Coffee.
Chocolate milkshake.
Water
Bobby Yingling.
with lemon.
Kyle, roll me a deception check. Actually, with disadvantage because you're in a group of teens.
I have a convincing fake ID.
Okay, actually that's fair. I will say that your fake ID evens out the disadvantage, so roll it straight.
Okay, well, that's a 5. I rolled a 3.
Okay, she's not gonna take your ID, but she does look at it and look at you, and she just like shakes her head and is like, a water, a soda maybe?
Coffee.
Cup of coffee, you got it.
I would like to ask them if they're serving bottled water or tap water.
We usually serve tap, but we have some bottles in the back if you want me to open one up for you.
Yeah, I think, yeah, let's do that.
Yeah, no problem. And she goes to the back to start getting your drinks.
In case anybody is wondering, I don't really think the water is responsible for all of us having weird dreams and being now targeted by decidedly abnormal creatures. However, it's always a possibility that we have been exposed to something, and I would like to minimize my exposure. I'm just saying, I thought some of you were looking at me weird. I just wanted to explain.
Yeah, that fluoride is real tricky, Dick.
No, the thing is, people know about fluoride. It's something else. Like, this isn't what you hear about when people talk about fluoride.
I want to lean over to Kyle and be like, so do you think they make the coffee with the tap water, or...
Kyle sort of sits there for a minute and he raises his hand. Can my coffee come with tap water?
I mean, I suppose it's fair to do like we could have you can be the control group, I guess, and then I'll try to minimize my exposure and we can see if it, there's any, that actually seems like a good idea.
Dude, he's high off his ass.
I mean, but I don't think that they're spreading it through, illegal drugs. I mean, they could be, but probably not.
Carl has his vape in his mouth and he's like, oh shit.
I mean, in the past, the government has used LSD in drug trials to manipulate people's minds, but, listen, I don't think it's LSD.
Look, I know I'm into cryptids and shit, but you're a little off the deep end here, Snowden. Just saying.
You should meet my family.
Are you sure they don't put drugs in your water?
You actually shouldn't ever meet them. But, no, we purify our water ourselves. It comes out of a well. I mean,
isn't there a coal mine in town?
Yes.
So how are you sure that your well water isn't contaminated with coal stuff?
I mean, the city water would be as well. It's just that we don't run ours through the city system. However, we also do purify it as best we can. I mean, how much do you trust the city that pulls its water out of ground that's been contaminated by coal tailings?
Well, we've got the filtration plant. That's where they add the fluoride, after all.
Okay. Hang
We spent an hour and a half discussing fluoride. Nothing else happens. Good session, everybody.
See, they actually use reverse osmosis to...
We can talk about fluoride until the cows come home, but I'm still bleeding from a slash in my stomach that came from something that did not look human. I want to reach over and put my hand on Carl's shoulder and be like, thank you, by the way. Super glad I didn't die. Really would have put a damper on things. Does anybody, Morgan over here, what do your cryptid books say about this shit?
I don't really have any books, mostly go on online forums, Reddit.
Then what is Reddit /paranormal saying about this?
I don't know, I haven't posted the pictures there yet, and I probably should, thanks.
Are we sure this wasn't like that clown situation a couple years back where they had clown sightings all over the place?
Did you see what happened when we stabbed them? It fucking dissolved.
Yeah, can we just know that we committed... We, murdered some shit?
Okay, who is this?
It's not murder if they melt.
I mean, we almost got murdered, too.
That, too. Thank you, Snowden.
Also, Morgan, you didn't kill shit.
I sneezed on them.
Congratulations. You want a tissue?
You're being very rude right now.
Everybody's talking about fluoride and I'm bleeding out of my fucking stomach. What do you want me to be?
You're the one that wanted ice cream. You drove.
Yeah, cause I've got two fucking brothers that just got kidnapped, and when your younger siblings are upset,
Yeah, they probably want cream. You went all the ice cream time.
Alright, rich bitch.
I'll just put my head in my hands,
Truffle oil in it.
I mean, Charity, if it helps, I definitely agree that they weren't clowns.
Thank you, Snowden.
To
bring it back to what Charity said about the dreams, I did have a strange dream with, interestingly enough, all of y'all in it. I got killed by some sort of Godzilla-type creature, and then a sort of disembodied voice said I was handsome, and then I woke up and went to school.
But yours called you handsome?
Yep.
Bitch.
Now, that ego boost carried me through about 4th period, so happy about that.
So other people heard stuff, right? Like someone came in
Yeah.
about
Oh, yeah.
every land must choose a
Champion of the
Vic.
Yeah.
verbiage.
thank you.
Nah, they were just yelling.
You got a rowdy bunch.
Did anybody else see a really pretty lady in a pink silk dress, really nice hair? No one else?
No,
No.
Well, she gave me the sword.
she gave you a sword.
Yeah, did you not let me grab something with the sword? You think I just had that in my
I thought
gym?
you got it at the antique shop in town or something.
Nah, Bobby's stolen some whack shit, but he's never stolen a sword. I just woke up and this was in my room. And I know how to use it, evidently.
Am I the only person that didn't get cool shit, or did you guys also get cool shit?
I got a
Holding
book.
hand, Joe's ring. I can't get it off.
Did you try the dental floss trick?
It won't come off.
You also
Always bolt cutters.
Bone saws.
I just look over at Snowden, confirming my distaste.
Snowden,
And I
unlike
drink my tap water.
Unlike me, Snowden is not laughing. They're very serious.
Sauce.
I got nothing though.
What's the book that you got, Morgan?
This? I don't know, it looks like calculus, but I haven't, I'll kind of like flip open a page and
calculus.
I'll look at it like, I haven't seen these variables before, I have no idea what this fucking means. And I definitely have not seen calculus, which lets me shoot acid out of my nose, so.
This is not math. This is not calculus.
Well no, see, these
It's
are
not even
equations.
algebra.
Might not be human calculus.
Oh no, we're back to QAnon.
QAnon, please.
I don't think this is QAnon, guys.
Look, let's let the rational people talk about this non-human calculus.
So your fancy math equations give you the ability to spew acid.
Well, it also lets me do this, and I will cast Magic Missile into the Ring of Spell Story, or the USB key of Spell Story, excuse me. So y'all see like faint wireframe 3D pyramids appear for a second, then just get sucked into this USB key.
You did,
Alright,
that,
that's legit, okay.
you did that thing in Cryptid Club, too.
That was, I'll flip a page, that was this one.
Yeah, it was weird. Speaking of which, Carl, I need to buy a pack of cigs later. Breaking my sobriety streak, man. This is too weird.
I'm not sure you want to be putting more things that are mind-altering, potentially, into your body right now, given what we've all been exposed to that we don't know yet.
Aren't you an athlete?
Yes.
Beth judges silently.
I kick Charity's foot and I just hand her a soft pack of Lucky Strikes underneath the table.
I think one of Charity's brothers sees.
It's definitely Stuart. It's
Okay,
definitely fucking Paddle there,
Let
Stuart.
me. So Kyle rolls sleight of hand.
Okay.
Do you want me to roll stealth with disadvantage to take it?
No, we'll leave it up. To Kyle. Bobby rolled a nat 20 again.
Oh my god.
Bobby is overly powerful.
I love him.
Is Bobby a big guy?
Oh my god, stop.
Bobby's pretty bad.
So you see Bobby just pokes his head up from the other booth and just is giving you the eyes, Charity.
Kid, what the fuck do you want from me?
No, you're good.
Way to set an example. Beth is pissed that we're at a fucking ice cream shop after this happened. She's pissed that Georgia left her. She's confused. She thinks y'all are weird QAnon conspiracy theorists. And no one has proved otherwise yet.
I mean, we can at least prove that we're not the QAnon flavor.
Yeah.
Beth
That might be
doesn't know
crazy,
enough
but
about
we're not
flavors.
insane.
Thank God.
Right.
And because Beth is kind of starting to disbelieve I like looking at her, I'm like, didn't you like spray some sort of like killer dust at one of those guys? What the fuck was that?
Yeah, what the hell was that though?
I think that when that happened, I think she went into like a stupor. But now she remembers what happened, and now she doesn't know what to do, and she's just sitting there staring at the lemon water.
I'm like, yeah, that's right.
I can't do any of these things. I just hit someone, but like it was a normal way to hit someone. Like I've been trained to hit people. I know how to hit people. That's all.
But if everybody else had this dream and can do weird shit, I mean, I just hit things with a sword. I didn't do anything special either.
But you got the sword in a weird way. I was taught to fight people in a normal way. I mean,
Backhanded, smacked out of my body for that sword. It was not nothing.
No, that's my point. So what happens to me? When am I going to get, like, weird?
I'll look at my ring, I make the connection, and then I think about Morgan having his cool book, Charity has a cool sword, and I have a ring, and then I think about Kyle sucking at combat, and I go, it's because you guys don't have cool gear.
My point though, when are we getting it? Or not getting it? You guys.
I'll slide the ring of spells, the USB key of spell storing over to Snowden. There's your cool stuff.
Okay. What do you think
got
happens
this
if I
sneaker.
put this in a computer?
It's Chuck Taylor's.
Are you wearing them?
I don't know, and I don't know if you want to find out.
No magic missile detector.
Yeah, so I put that thing, it's got two things in it. You shoot people with it and it automatically hit, or you can defend yourself.
You know this for a fact, or the book says so?
I think the book says so. The other one, I just got the general feeling from the spell I got out of the book.
I'm not gonna test it here, but that's cool. But do you think if I put this into a computer, do you think it would like transmit viruses?
Do you want it?
Burner.
No, I'm just interested.
School computer.
It might. Just set up a virtual machine, you got it.
I'm not a computer hacker.
Yeah, Google.
Yeah, you got Google, it's not that hard.
Maybe not on the
Or
compound.
DuckDuckGo on combat.
Do you use NordVPN or Express? Not sponsored.
I'm gonna ask Kyle about this.
Yeah, I'm sorry. If you're from Norton VPN, you're watching this, we would love a sponsorship. Give me a call.
So, if we have this weird key from the monsters that we don't know how it appeared, we also got the weird shoes. Kyle's not wearing the weird shoes. If we're talking about fluoride in the water, we're talking about Kyle putting on weird demon shoes.
Here, I know what those do. They just let you walk on shit. It's like walls and ceilings.
And I kind of feel I wiggle my toes around in the boots. I notice that like they stick a little bit to the floor underneath the table. And at first I just attribute it to like soda and shit that's spilled underneath it.
Just a gross
But then,
diner
like,
floor.
They feel like a little bit more magnetic, and I was like, I think there's something special with these shoes.
Okay, so if you can walk on walls like Morgan said, go do it.
I'm not gonna do it in a fucking diner.
Yeah.
Why don't you fucking show people the cool shit that you can do instead of asking everybody else to prove their shit, huh?
I don't know how to do it offhand.
Well, then why are you asking everybody else to prove that they can do it offhand?
Beth, as you are like kind of getting like you're getting riled up as everyone's kind of coming back at you, give me a charisma saving throw.
+3, I got a 19.
Okay. Beth, you feel your ring like twitches as though this was a save to accidentally cast poison spray like at your friends right now.
Oh my god.
Holy shit.
So you feel the ring like twitches as you get angry, but you kind of like pull it back, and nothing happens.
Dude, that's so funny that you just made that roll because Charity getting heated, I think. When Beth says you haven't questioned Morgan about their weird book, I'm gonna be like, what the fuck do you know about weird books? And what the fuck do I know about weird books? I can't do fucking magic! And I'm gonna cast a first level Searing Smite on the box of cigarettes in front of me.
Oh my god.
So yeah, Charity also gets riled, and this pack of cigarettes that Kyle just hands to her just erupts in flame in her lap.
Oh, you can't do anything. That just happened, did it?
Oh, I know you're like patting it.
Exactly like my Charity, you owe me $6.
Really? Kyle? Really?
Oh, money's tight. The economy's in the shitter. We'll talk about this bill later.
$6? Kyle, how about the time you got stoned off your ass and I had to go pick you and your little sister up from the wrong ice cream place 2 towns over because you were out of gas?
You know, nobody's perfect. That's
Okay,
what Mom always said.
maybe, Kyle, Snowden, you just haven't figured out how to use it yet.
Fingers fucking crossed. They're doing dope things like all the time, and I'm still out there with my stupid knife that I got at the Hot Topic at the mall.
The tire iron.
The tire iron was in the car, but I couldn't. It wasn't my car, so I figured I wouldn't have the tire iron.
That's fair.
I mean, I'm not sure I want to be turned into some like weird superhuman fighter when I don't know what's causing it.
Well, how do you know you haven't?
And that's the thing, like I don't know. It's not I'm sure it's not very comfortable for you all. Like I don't know if I want it to happen.
I feel fine.
You think.
You think.
Points.
Wasn't great.
Snowden looks quite worried now. Tries to think about whether they have ever felt fine in their lives.
Now, Snowden, while you're talking about how you have not noticed any like drastic changes in yourself. However, as you say that, you do feel you're kind of like full of life energy. You can feel the ki running through your body in a way that you've never felt it before. So you're talking about how you are the same and nothing's happened to you, but as you say those words, you maybe start to realize that might not be true.
On second thought, I feel like I might have been poisoned, actually. I don't think it's ever happened before, so I can't be sure, but I feel like, yeah, I don't actually feel that normal.
Maybe you have been cleared since you've been out of your compound all day. Maybe the poison that you had in there is just clearing out of your body now, and this is how you're supposed to feel.
Worn off.
I'm in my compound every day to go to school. That's literally why I go to this school. I'm trying to get out.
Yeah.
I would have felt better by now. I don't feel better. I feel like toxicologically weird.
What time is it right now in the diner?
Same thing.
It was around 4 when you guys had your battle. That's the funny thing about D&D is that each round is only 6 seconds. So your battle lasted like under a minute.
Oh.
So it's probably
Okay.
like 4:30, 5 o'clock.
I was gonna make a claim that if it was past compound curfew, that the drugs wore off.
Oh.
No, the curfew is later, and also if they lock me out, I'll just climb the fence to get back in. It's a pain, but like it's happened before.
Right.
Dude, you can also sleep over at my place if you want.
I don't know if that would be better.
Probably not. I'm gonna look at Bobby.
Like at least within the compound, I know where to go to get away from people.
Yeah,
Charity.
there's no. Yeah.
Charity, you look over at the table with your brothers. Bobby is talking to the waitress and giving a long and elaborate order for breakfast food. He's about to have more pancakes than you've ever seen.
I'm gonna grab the lemon wedge off of the edge of Beth's glass and beam it at the back of his head.
Roll an attack roll.
Oh, great. Stellar.
Beth looks over and gives you a dirty look because that was her lemon.
Joe, I got a 13.
A 13. Bobby doesn't even turn around. He just moves his head to the side and you miss.
I want to point at the waitress and I want to be like, 2 pancakes, tops.
He turns back to you. We were told that if we were paying for it, we could get whatever we wanted.
Yeah, and I'm rescinding that now because you're not making responsible choices, Bobby.
The waves, I feel, must be torn because more pancakes, more tips.
I'll hold a 20 out to the waitress and I'll be like, 2 pancakes.
Yeah, she'll take that.
Yeah.
So she takes your 20, she goes to the back to put their order in. And another waitress comes back with your guys' drinks and puts it down in front of you. Charity, this waitress seems oddly familiar to you.
Yeah?
And she goes, so you guys have had a really rough night, haven't you? Charity, is the sword working out okay though?
Fuck. I've decided I'm gonna call you Delilah.
That's so, I love that name. And okay, first of all, I want to say I feel like we got off on the wrong foot last time, and that's my fault, and I'm sorry. And I think the real way to spite you personally is to kill you with kindness. So that's what we're gonna do.
Please just backhand me again.
I'll think about it. But first, you have to introduce me to all of your friends.
Oh, are you behind whoever's drugging us?
Drugging you? Oh, sweetheart, that's not what's happening.
Yeah, that sounds like someone who's definitely done something wrong would say.
She's not drugging you, Snowden.
How about you, though?
Me? She's not fucking human.
As if it's restricted to humans.
I like how you can accept that she's not human, but you cannot accept that she's not drugging you.
Okay, she can explain what was going on then.
Yeah,
So-
actually, that'd be stellar if you could explain what's going on, please.
That was so polite. Thank you so much. She waves a hand, and an elaborate throne appears at the head of your table. So you guys are squeezed into the benches of the booth, and she's got her own chair. And she looks at you guys and says, "So, you have questions, or do you want me to go first, or do you want to go first?"
Go ahead, please.
All right, just some general background for you guys. There's been a lot of high tensions at this table, and I feel like we can all just get along, right? So let me tell you guys a little story, and then maybe you'll understand a little more. So once upon a time, magic was common in your land. Your people openly wielded and beheld magic. You identified gods and spirits and their works, and all of those supernatural phenomena welded themselves to your mythology. Your stories are full of magic. What your ancestors failed to realize was that these magics, whether they were arcane or divine, were not native to your land. Instead, they flowed through cracks in reality from the lands beyond. Lands where magic was made and nurtured before it overflows and seeps into yours. Now, a couple hundred years ago, as your Judeo-Christianity came into power, even holy magic, granted by celestials like me, started to be seen as signs of witchcraft and devil worship, and so your species' collective disbelief closed the cracks and cut your land off from the magic of the lands beyond. And in its stead, technology came in. However,
Is this another dream?
I'm not sure this is making anything better.
a few decades ago, something happened and the walls cracked again, and magic has started seeping in once more. The group that you guys took care of tonight were a team from the Land of Mischief, probably sent by the High Council. The cracks are widening, and now creatures and more powerful magics are being let through. Every land is preparing for war, and every land is choosing a champion to defend them. But you guys know all about that.
No.
War
Blame
again.
that, Delilah.
Is that the discussion I heard in that dream?
My two folks specifically were quite explicit about choosing champions, so.
I
Kyle,
didn't hear anything about this, but
This is the first I'm hearing about it.
if there's a Council of Mischief, I mean, that sort of just sounds like any old government.
so when you guys had your dreams in the void after the dragon, you all did at least hear the word champion, if not an explicit explanation that you are a champion. So, like, Kyle, for you specifically, it sounded like they were arguing about who they would choose to be their champion. So Delilah looks at you, Charity, and says, now we talked about this last time, like, other Celestials feel that spite is maybe not, like, the best representation of what it means to be a god, and because they're gross.
I can get behind that.
But you, Charity, will be our champion of light.
Gross, dude.
I know.
Okay, so what does that make me?
Beth, the ring again twitches on your finger and gets cold, and you hear that voice in the back of your head just says, how?
What does this voice sound like? Is it deep? Is it masculine? Is it feminine?
It is
just
a man's voice. It's like low and gravelly.
Is it like gravelly in like an R&B sense, or like kind of like a scary sense?
More in a scary sense.
Okay.
I'm kind of imagining like a Tim Curry type voice.
I don't know who that is.
I think
He was Dr. Frankenfurter.
Oh, he was in.
What? Frankenfurter, and also
Oh.
I have a question though, Dean.
Okay.
When that voice pops up in Beth's head, do I smell anything?
Ooh. Let me look up the wording of divine sense, because the answer is probably yes.
Not on topic.
Joe, I have it. I don't have it right here. I thought I had it right here, and I had the wrong page open.
So are we all champions of something? Because I didn't volunteer to be anyone's champion.
Well, none of you volunteered, but champions had to be
That
chosen.
seems like a problem, doesn't it?
Your world
So I
didn't
asked.
know that this was a problem, so how could anyone have volunteered?
By telling us that it was a problem and letting people make their own choices?
I just told you. I'm very confused by your
After
opposition.
making our choices for us?
Isn't that what it means
That is
to be
saying I
God?
even believe you.
Charity.
Wait, is Kyle with you?
Yeah.
I better be.
So Kyle heard voices arguing about whether or not he would be chosen. It seemed like there was maybe more than one candidate. Charity, this is... So technically, it shouldn't have worked last time, because it should only work on Celestial, Fiend, or Undead. But it worked on Fae last time, so I'm just gonna, like, expand it.
Okay.
So you do get a whiff of something. It smells like deep cave. It smells dank and damp, but also like mineral, very natural.
Girl, you gotta brush your teeth.
Excuse you.
Excuse you.
Her teeth are immaculate.
Delilah looks at you, Charity, and says, "Dear, it's not her fault. That's just how elementals smell."
What? Elementary?
Elementals, powerful nature spirit. I believe Beth has a connection to some sort of powerful earth spirit. Maybe a Tao.
Morgan is taking hella notes, by the way.
Delilah looks at you, Morgan, and says, "Oh, champion of knowledge, writing things down. Totally makes sense."
I have a question for you.
Of course, that's why I'm here. You were all arguing. I felt like someone needed to, like, help out.
Yeah, so is this like a number of questions deal? Shit, that's a question, isn't it?
Yes, you only have one question. Goodbye. I'm just kidding. No, what's up?
Well, shucks, okay. Well, I suppose first question, are you familiar with certain individuals, Oswin and, what was it, Fee?
Fee. She looks at you. I am aware of their work. We haven't met in person, but the Land of Knowledge is much more powerfully magical than the Land of Man, so they have more connections to the other lands.
And you said all lands were preparing for war, right?
As the walls crack, if they come down, every land will have to defend themselves from the others.
So why have beings from other lands chosen us in the Land of Man if we're at war with each other?
The Land of Man has always been a source of heroes and a source of champions.
That seems doubtful.
Heroes in your past used to travel travel to other lands, travel to the lands of mischief and knowledge and adventure, but since the walls have closed, that has stopped happening, obviously. But your people have proven themselves to be much more powerful when given magic than people from lands where it's native. We're not quite sure why.
So we're not champions for this land, we're champions for your lands.
That's even worse, that's straight up conscription.
She looks thoughtful for a second and says, I suppose the land of man would have to choose a champion as well.
Is it Kyle?
No wonder they were conflicted if it is.
She looks at Kyle. I'll make a roll for Kyle, for Delilah. She looks at Kyle and says, no, definitely not champion of man.
I'm not champion of anybody.
She actually looks at you and she looks at Bobby and she says, I believe either one of you could be the champion of mischief.
Delilah?
So I'm thinking to myself, of my mischief game, like I want this title.
Delilah?
Yes?
I don't know if you can pull any strings. I don't know if you're allowed to pull any strings. Whatever this is, it's clearly dangerous, and it's clearly fucked up, and I don't want anybody else in my family involved in it.
I understand your concern, Charity. I will certainly do my best. Queen Candy can be particular, but she is not the only power in the land of mischief.
Tell her that your champion has put their stake in for Kyle Silverman to be the champion of mischief. I plant my sword on the
Second
table.
that.
I wholeheartedly second this motion.
Pull
This
the sword,
nomination.
plant in the bird cigarettes.
She looks at you, Charity, very seriously. If you wish to use your rank as champion, that can be arranged. However, I suggest you think hard about throwing that kind of weight around.
What good is weight if it's just dead on your back?
She laughs and gives you a smile and says, you have the right attitude, Charity. I will do what I can.
Thank you. I'm gonna look at Kyle and I'm gonna be like, do I still owe you $6, motherfucker?
You can knock it down to 3.
You budged? You could be mischief man.
I'll take my sword out of the table and put it away again.
So how do I fit into this, Delilah?
She'll make another roll, see if she can identify you. Oh god, she rolled a nat 1.
Oh, Delilah, no.
You are the conspiracies.
Yeah, she looks at you and cocks her head. Something is blocking me. Why can't I get a read on you?
It's the drugs.
This isn't making me trust you.
You know, disbelief was powerful enough to shut your world off. It might be powerful enough to shut you off as well.
Am I the champion of disbelief, or is the force of disbelief interfering with your explaining what's going on here?
As far as I know, there is no land of disbelief, although it does seem to be your defining trait.
What about the land of man? If we stopped believing, doesn't that inherently make us the land of disbelief?
I thought we decided Kyle is the champion for man.
No, he's mischief.
No, mischief, that's right. They're too similar. Listen, I don't want to be the champion of man. Isn't that what my goddamn family is trying? To be the chosen, to be the saved ones? It's all bullshit. I don't want to be that. I'm not representing that. I didn't sign up for their cult. I didn't sign up for yours.
That's point at rank.
Sensing a lot of hostility.
Correctly.
Really?
I was thinking like Morgan and I were kind of looking at each other like a knowing glance. Like, why is everyone so aggressive at this table?
Yeah, 100%.
She actually looks at you, Snowden, and she looks at Charity, and she looks back at you, and she says, maybe we should talk more, but not when she's around.
Who is Delilah talking to?
Delilah said that to Snowden, talking about you.
Bitch!
That does not make me look much more kindly upon her.
What are Carl and Stephanie doing through this?
Carl's drinking a milkshake.
Watching the show.
Yeah, Stephanie.
Fire too.
Stephanie also looked confused, but they did not have this dream. So they don't really know what you guys are talking about. Yeah, Carl, I think, is just chill enough that he's not freaking out or anything.
Well, he didn't have the dream. He doesn't need to.
Yeah. Fair enough.
So I guess I look at Delilah and I'm like, so what's next? What is coming up?
What now?
What do we do with this knowledge?
Well, I think for now you just need to train, defend yourselves, defend your town. Eventually, you might be called into the other lands to maybe try to close the walls, try to bridge the lands. I suppose it's up to you how you would want to prevent war. But we're getting ahead of ourselves. You are...
More gun drop, kidnapping people, destroying the town. Why?
Now, if I were to make a guess, I would say that a group from the Council of Everything Nice was sent to retrieve their chosen candidate for champion against the Queen's wishes.
Huh. Sugar and spice and everything nice. That's cute.
That's the land of mischief. It's very cute. She rolls her eyes.
Does that mean one of Charity's brothers was their chosen champion?
Yeah, Bobby.
And they were gonna retrieve him in a sack? That bodes well.
Land of mischief.
Yeah, so Delilah looks at you guys and says, just a little brief. The land of mischief is broken into 3 kingdoms. There's the Kingdom of Sugar, the Empire of Spice, and the People's Republic of Everything Nice.
Oh my god.
People's Republic.
Very, very dark glare.
Actually, the scariest place in the world.
Terrifying.
Now, Queen Candy in the Kingdom of Sugar wields the most power, and I believe that she has chosen you, Kyle. But if the Emperor or the High Council decided that they would rather have the little one, for whatever the reason, then they would try to retrieve him without the Queen's knowledge.
I admire the little one's business acumen, but at the same time, he hasn't hit puberty yet, so I'm not sure how great of a fighter he would be for
Bad one. Bad. You should see that kid when you try and play catch. His hand-eye coordination is fucking 20 degrees off.
You guys don't know this, but Bobby is the same level as you.
Yeah.
How is this different from the previous statement?
Fair.
I want to look at Delilah and I want to go, so, I'm the champion of light.
I know it's a lofty title. It's just, a celestial's.
So what is the land that you're from?
The land of light.
Which is what? What? Are you angels? Are you...
Where?
Terminology. Interesting. I suppose the closest analogy to your world would be a Mount Olympus. Not an underworld, because the spirits of your dead aren't sent there, but a place where the Celestials reside.
Okay. Yeah, I can see why you picked me then.
But it doesn't sound so bad now, does it?
Fine, listen, I bet I could beat Hercules in an arm wrestle. Did you know him too?
He went by Heracles when I knew him.
Do you have a name other than Delilah that you're just not telling me?
I've had many names over
Definitely
the years.
Hera.
Okay, this is out of character and stuff now. I did not try to imagine parallels to other pantheons.
Okay.
I don't think
Sorry if I guessed.
No worries. I don't think Hera would fit at all, but maybe a nemesis, goddess of revenge, along those lines.
I can see that.
Unknown names.
beings like me are born of... Worship is like a strong word for it. We're born of devotion to a concept, if that makes sense. So for example, Charity, very spiteful. You love doing things that people tell you that you can't do. And that's who I am.
So I gave birth to you? Okay, that's fucking whack. I'm only 16.
I mean, that's...
Some fucking Virgin Mary shit.
It's not really what I meant, but if that helps you, then fine. She looks at Beth, she looks at you, and your ring, and she says, now you, my dear. She looks at Morgan and says, now his magic comes from his study, right? He has his book, he has his equations. Charity...
Told you it was calculus.
Charity has her magic through me. Through a divine source.
Thanks, Delilah.
Anytime. You, my dear, are, I suppose, closer to Charity than to Morgan. But your power does not come from a celestial.
Well, she said earlier that you were attached to an earth elemental.
So if you're here and you're talking to us, where are our... What do they even be called? Not coaches.
Patrons.
I like coaches.
I'll say coaches, though.
Well, I'm not really
Guidance counselors.
here. And she, like, reaches a hand out and goes... She basically proves that she is not a physical form. She, like, reaches a hand out and it goes through you.
Wait, so have we just been talking to thin air this whole time? I'll like, look at the waitress.
Morgan, you look at the waitress, your original waitress. Whenever she, like, gets close to you guys, like, approaches your table, you notice her eyes seem to, like, glaze over, and you see, like, a brief, like, sparkle in her eyes, as though there is some magic obscuring her sight. So Delilah is looking at you, Beth, and she looks at your ring and says, now that is a very, very old artifact. What's your family name?
Girard.
And she looks surprised. Oh, he's been playing a very long game. I don't know his name. I know there was a powerful earth spirit who liked to make deals.
Correct.
If I were to make a guess, my dear, I would say that someone in your family's past made a deal that they should not have.
How do I talk to them?
I suppose he would have to decide to project himself. The cracks are not wide enough to allow us more powerful spirits to physically enter your world yet. Just a dream, a message, a projection. You could, of course, try to reach out yourself. Your magic is powerfully connected to his.
Okay, and how do you do that?
I don't know. You think I know how warlocks work?
Beth sits there uncomfortably.
I don't know everything, just like most things.
Some things, if you believe you.
I like you. Charity, you're gonna have to up your game.
It's not mutual.
So, and she, like, looks at her watch. I can't maintain this for super long. Thoughts and questions before I go.
Are you gonna come back?
We'll see. I don't have a specific return by date. If you all need me, I suppose Charity could call.
I need answers that make more sense for me. Like, everyone else might be buying what you're saying, but I still don't. I still don't understand what's going on with me, why I'm involved in this. I feel like it's just another conspiracy that I've been pushed into against my will.
Saw this projection hand go through my head, though.
I think Occam's razor is a tool you can implement more frequently there, Snowden. I think sometimes the simplest answer is the most obvious.
Do you think this seems like a simple answer?
I'm a simple man. I believe what I see, and I'm seeing this, so I'm believing.
I believe that things are happening. I just don't understand how I fit into it.
Well, maybe you weren't chosen after all.
That's fine. I didn't volunteer. I will opt out if you want. However, now I know. I want to know more.
I think you just gotta wait. It seems like things are gonna be revealed to us as time goes on.
Yeah, she's about to yeet us.
I'm not satisfied with all the answers right now, but I also don't think, that they'll come with time.
Okay, well, if you grew up the way I did, you would learn that faith is a bit of a difficult and risky thing to have.
Delilah looks at you, Snowden, and says, "Your concerns are valid. I understand where you're coming from. So tell me, what would it take to convince you that this was a cause worthy of your efforts?"
Oh, I think something's going on. I just kind of want to know more about who's pulling the strings and who made the decisions for us and what ultimately we'll be asked to do. Specifically, I don't know whose champion I am. All I heard in my dream was yelling. Champion of what?
Snowden, I wish that I could tell you more. I wish that I knew more. I will do what I can to get you your answers. Every land chose their champion for themselves, and therefore I'm not really privy to all of the goings on. Candy's kind of a gossip, to be honest. But you deserve to know.
Good to know.
You deserve to know. And so we will figure it out.
Question. So, does this mean that, okay, so everyone gets their champion, all the lands, but the lands would fight each other, correct? Or are they just fighting the cracks?
Honestly,
Are we fighting each other?
I'm not sure how the lands would react to one another. I know some lands.
I'm wondering why you are talking to us.
I know that the land of chaos and the land of punishment wish nothing but conquest and destruction for all of the other lands. Even if your individual lands didn't go to war with each other, there is a defense against the demons and devils that must be mounted.
Same team.
Same team.
Well, let's hope I'm not any of their champion.
Agreed. Oh, that would be so awkward.
Yeah, do so.
Ooh,
That's one way
okay.
to put it.
I'm gonna try to find out, but if it turns out that you're one of those, I'm just not gonna tell you.
Don't think that would help at all. Is it something you can refuse, being the champion? If I were the champion of punishment, could I give it back?
Short answer is no. The longer answer is kind of. Being chosen as a champion doesn't...
It's only one word longer.
Being chosen as a champion doesn't necessitate obedience.
Good.
It grants you privilege and power with the title.
Questionable.
So even if you were the champion of punishment, I suppose you wouldn't have to do the devil's bidding.
Alright. I'd rather, not become the punished either in that case. But let's just hope when you find me more information, it's not that.
And she looks back at you, Beth, and says, "Now in your case, obedience might be a necessity. I'm honestly not sure what the terms of your agreement are." And then she looks at you, Charity, and says, "And we've already been over this. You have to do what I tell you to."
Hey, Delilah,
Yeah, what's up?
I want you to tell all of the other gods that didn't think I was cut out for this that they're gonna look real fucking funny when I win their war for them.
She laughs and says, "I will go do that right now." So she leaves a $100 bill on the table for you guys, and then gives like a whoosh of her hand and disappears in a flash of light.
But does the hundo stay on the table?
The hundo stays on the table.
Is this the corporeal hundo?
You know, she's really pulling on me.
Kyle reaches out and successfully picks up the hundo. It is a real bill.
I got like a light in my pocket, that little sort of UV light that you can shine on counterfeit bills. I'm like, yeah, that's legit. Yeah, Delilah's alright.
Alright, I don't know about the rest of you, but I'm bloody, I'm tired, I'm fucking starving. So, how about we get on top of magic and champions and just have some fucking dinner like normal fucking kids?
Yeah, you're bleeding. Don't you want to go home?
There's like urgent care down the street.
I want to go anywhere but home when I am bleeding. Too many questions.
Oh, that's
Really?
fair.
Don't you play football? Wouldn't coming home bruised and bloody be kind of normal?
Yeah, when was the last time you saw a football player get their guts spilled all over the ground, Morgan?
The news about a month
Aren't
ago.
they gonna notice your brothers are missing?
No, I texted my mom, it's fine.
Are you gonna stay with Snowden?
No, I'm not gonna stay
What?
with Snowden. I'm gonna take my brothers home after dinner. I'm gonna go do my goddamn homework if I can figure it out. I'm gonna take a fucking shower and I'm gonna go to bed. Does anybody else want to know what I need to do with my fucking day? Or can I order a goddamn waffle?
Bobby pokes up and he says, you should probably take a shower.
Fuck you. I love you, kid.
Cool, love you
Glad
too.
you're okay.
Yeah, you
ordered
At this
calamari.
point, I don't care what's in the waffles. I also want one.
Pennsylvania diner calamari.
Okay, here's the thing. There's a really cheapo diner in my small, like, I don't know how many. They serve calamari at one of the weird ass diners. It would be like going to the Blue Ben and getting calamari, but I do. And you know, honestly, it's $12. It comes in a huge bucket, and it's really good.
I love it.
Yeah, Beth, roll me a straight luck check. So roll a d20 and don't add anything to it.
It's an 18.
Those are some damn good calamari.
Yes, they are.
Squid check for me.
I like to think it
Would check that 20.
onion rings.
A nat 1 would have given you food poisoning.
Oh no.
I want Kyle to.
Wait,
oh, no,
so-
you're eating an omelet. I wanted to say a Reuben.
Oh, actually, no, I want a Reuben. Never mind, I want a Reuben.
Morgan, what are you getting for dinner? Very important.
French fries.
Just French fries.
So yes, you guys finish up dinner and you head off to your respective homes. If there's
I
any,
drive.
yeah, Charity drives everyone home, except for Carl and Stephanie, who go off in Carl's car. Yeah, if there's anything you guys want to do before bed, we can do that quick, and if not, we will leave it here and pick it up tomorrow morning.
Yeah, I mean, just more logistics thing. Snowden, the USB flash drive, lesser spell storing, has 1 level of magic missile and 1 level of shield in it, just for your
Oh,
notes.
shield. Okay. Alright.
I think Beth would try to contact her coach, but wouldn't be able to, and would go to bed.
Oh, you're okay. We're just referring to our patrons as our coaches, just so I know.
Wait,
I like it a lot.
awkward as all hell.
I think it's a
Actual
word for it.
Maddie, if you want to try to do that, we should like have you roll for it and like do it for real. So we'll do it next time. Well then, if that is it, then you all return home and go to bed, and we will come back next time.
Hey. Cool.
Can't wait.
Beth's talking to her genie.
Thank you so much for running, Joe.
Lore dumps are
Yeah,
way
like,
harder than I
right.
realized. You guys had questions.
Lore dumps?
Don't have questions, just let me say things.
No.
Sorry, I decided to be incredibly annoying.
That's why I decided to accept everything at face value.
It's like being a little bitchy.
Well, and then when she rolled a nat 1, I was like, God damn it, the one person who I like need to give information to actually get them on board is the one person I don't have information on.
Alright,
I love conspiracies until they're coercing me into doing it.
I love you all, and I will see you next week.
Good night, guys.
Bye, y'all.
Alright.
I know we're recording, but never mind.
Now you have to say it.
Yeah, you made it weirder.
Maddy one time in her room made super nasty jello shots, and I felt really bad because Maddy was drunk, and I took the biggest jello shot I've ever taken in my entire life. And Maddy was like, "Don't, I know it's bad," and I was like, "I'm
It
gonna
was gross because I added way too much alcohol, so it didn't turn to jello, and Cass took the biggest, like, weird semi-liquid.
Acid slushy.
Yeah, I made it in these jello molds behind me. I tried to make it a fish.
Which was the same night that she took a pudding shot, and I, super drunk, went, Maddy, lactate, and Maddy screamed.
I still feel that way.
Okay, I'm super sorry, Joe. I hijacked your conversation, and you're gonna have so much editing to do, and I'm super duper sorry.
No, this is for the blooper reels.
For real.
I mean, yeah, that's the question. Is do I leave it? Do I cut out this entire chunk? Maybe.
I think you cut it out and you put it at Rusty Quill Gaming does where they'll put it at the end, and then it's very funny if you listen through the.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's fair. It's like a reward.
That's a fun idea. I'll do that. So hey, congratulations everybody if you made it. This is the end of the recording. Welcome to the blooper reel. I hope that you enjoyed our show.